Hello my lovelies and welcome to Vanadis Pagan Art. Today is part 3 of the mushroom house lamp and we're going to finish it off excluding the waterfall feature. So what are we going to do today? We're going to paint and we are going to add the rocks and the moss and kind of make a little bit of a start in the waterfall, but that waterfall will be next week's video. The paint I'm using is just basic acrylic paint. I'm using white, I'm using red, I have browns, I have black, I don't know the colors though. But I'm going to start off with putting everything in space coat, and we're going to start with the red, which I did water down a little bit because the paint is quite thick. And we're just going to make sure that all the mushroom caps are nicely coated and that the layer is even. Also, don't forget to paint the bottom of the caps. The door is also going to be red, as you can see. I thought it fit the theme. Now I'm putting the window sills and the door frame in their base coat, and I am using here a pretty watered down mid-tone brown. The reason for that is that I have sculpted everything with a little bit of, I don't know, woodish detail or something. That's what I try to do at least, and the watered down paint helps to enhance that. For this I'm using a darker watered down paint, actually very watered down, so it's almost just the water with a little bit of color. I kind of wanted to have the color match a little bit with the wood, so that's why I'm also putting a little bit of the wash over the wood. Now the part that I'm painting now, and also the bottom of the top part that I painted in the same color, is going to have moss on it, but I wanted to have the base darker. I just wanted to blend everything in together, you know. I'm trying to go for, I don't know, au naturel, like it has been standing in the woods for eons. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going for. Also, I could not really remove the clay from the wood, so that's why I decided to paint over it. I'm painting the houses white, and then unfortunately I didn't film it, but later I kind of dirty it up a little bit with some, well, basically a dirty brush, kind of using my fingers as well. Here I'm using a very watered down black. It's again water with kind of a black color to make sure that the darker parts will kind of stand out later a little bit. You can see here how runny it is. Kind of with the same thing, even, well, more watered down but the same color, it's still a black. I'm kind of dirtying up the house a little bit. I'm also dirtying up the tops of the mushroom caps because it has been living in the woods, so it kind of has that weathered look, kind of like me. And it still needs to be red though, so that's why I'm using a very watered down black paint, which I also used on the door frames and the window sills, by the way. And here on the wood again, to make sure that the detail that I kind of carved into it in the previous video stands out more. And then I just add some black paint, which is going to get a wash later as well, to add some extra detail. And then it is time for the dry brushing. Here I'm using a white dry brush to bring out the highlights again. I'm a little bit messy, but I'll clean it up later. Just go over it with a little bit of red paint again and make sure that it is nice and crisp. Now I'm doing the same thing on the window sills. It's getting a dark, it needs to get a weathered look. I've said that a million times, haven't I? So again, it's just a dry brushing technique, and that way you just get those details nicely. Now before you paint on any lighter color that you really want to keep, well, white in this case, make sure that the base paint is very, very dry, because otherwise you end up with, well, in this case, pink spots, and that was not the look that I was going for. So I basically let it dry for, I think, a day before I went in and they did the dots. Because red mushrooms, they need to have dots, you know, and just, you know, make different sizes, just place them wherever, just enjoy yourself. And then the painting part is done. I really like it. However, the fun starts with the detailing, right? And that's what we're going to go into now. So what I use is kind of decorative little pebbles that I got somewhere. I also pulled a bunch of rocks out of my rock collection. Yes, I have a rock collection. I love rocks. And then I just have some decorative moss. I have no idea what kind of moss it is, but it's decorative. You also need heaps of hot glue. Now here I kind of had an idea where to start, because the waterfall feature, it needs to kind of go somewhere. So I'm kind of trying to build a base or a basin actually, where the water, well, hot glue can stream from, and I'm just building that up, trying to make it look a little bit organic, and yeah, just having fun. Trying to make it a little bit make sense. I'm filling up the bottom as well, because the hot glue is shiny. You can kind of see through the hot glue later. That's why I wanted to have a base of rocks, because it's weird if it's just a base of wood that you're looking at. And I'm also letting it overhang just a tad. I almost forgot that the waterfall feature was going to be another video. Then it's just a matter of gluing on the moss and rocks and just do it wherever. I did not really have a plan with this. I just went about it trying to make it look as natural as I could, and I don't know, trying to make a house that I would want to live in if I were a wee gnome. So I'm just placing hot glue and I'm just placing moss wherever. It's also a great way to hide any, I don't know, mistakes or flaws that you see. Painting messes that you made, just cover it up with the moss, because it's all okay. And then we're going to go to the base, and the base where I'm working on now, I'm kind of trying to fit all the rocks that I want to use there, because this is going to be the base of the waterfall. This is going to be where it ends, and it needs to kind of make a little bit of sense, in my head at least. So I'm just trying to place it. I think the placement of this took me the better part of the day, because I'm kind of indecisive. And here as well, I'm filling up the basin with the tiny pebbles, which is going to be filled in later with hot glue, but that will be the next video. And then I'm just trying to make it a little bit, I don't know, organic, just pleasing to my eye at least. I just had a bunch of pebbles, put some of the leftover moss and dirt that the moss has, and then put pebbles on top, moss on top again. I had an idea in my head what I wanted to create, and that was what I was trying to do. So basically, you know, an overgrown moss part thingy. And then with that, it is done for today. I hope you liked it. I had so much fun with this. I think it came out amazingly. And do tune in for next week's video, which will be me showing you how to create the waterfall from hot glue. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, and I will see you again next week for the waterfall video. Bye guys.